I'll praise to the Most High. I just thought I was sitting here and I was thinking, I said, I had the day after Passover, and then I was like, wondering, I just wanted some answers about some things because you listen to different podcasts and stuff, and then you hear different scriptures, and then you go back and you read them and stuff, just like, kind of like supposed to do. You kind of like, you do it on your own. So, you're like studying for yourself, but then you can't do a video, but it's really you're studying for yourself. It's not like you got to show off or mention someone's name to get views and stuff like that. It's just that for me, I found out that certain things you hear and you define words, you pick up stuff that you normally might not pick up. Now, this is where I think we are in the walk, because just listen to what it says. This is Revelation 5. Hey, verse 5. I didn't even realize that. I'm just looking at the words. And it says, and one of the elders said it unto me. Now, this is not camp elders. This is just an elder, somebody old that they're writing a story, okay? These people, these Power Rangers in these camps, they'll say the elder and they prop them up to be better than everybody else. And if you've heard them talk, they're crazy. It's a power trip kind of thing. So this is not referring to something, like that. This is saying, and one of the elders said unto me, weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and loose the 7 seals thereof. I'm going to hold it up for you. You can see it, pause it, look at it, weep, read it. This is the truth. Because Big Judah and Big Levi, whoever, Brother Maine, they're reading these books and stuff in depth. Brother Sly, Brother Moriel. These are in-depth readings. Okay, it's no changing the words. Well, they changed some words, but I always go over that. But basically, we're opening, it says the book, but there's many books. So that's what we're doing. We're opening these books, we're reading the books. So that means that we're the ones that are opening these 7 seals. There it is, right there, right in your face. Okay, and then where I live at, I was thinking about, because I saw someone, well, this is what happened. I went out to my car out in the parking lot. I went out to the car for something. And I saw this guy, nope, I was in my garden. And I saw this black dude walking around, looking around. I thought he was crazy. Then someone just told me to just see what was going on. Because he kept looking at me, okay? So I said, what's up, man? I said, you lost? You looking for somebody? He said, he gave me this story that he was selling his car, something, and then he was supposed to meet somebody over here and stuff like that. And so he was looking for him. So we got to talking. And he said that he used to belong to one of these camps. So I said, really? I said, I had some songs. I sung him some. I went upstairs. I got some songs. I sung the songs for him. And he was telling me how he was living in his van and all kind of just crazy camp, crazy shit. But he was like, oh, yeah, well, I like your songs and everything like that. So I was like, yeah, that's good. So I know for a fact that there are camps. I think it's in Tacoma, which is like the next town over. It's not that far. So their office or wherever they meet is not far from me. So I was going to meet with them, see what was going on. And so I said, you know what? The next time if I ever find out in my area that these camp people's are out in the street with their camp thing, I'm going to go out there. And I'm going to be on TV. I'll make sure that I'll tell the family, when I'm going to be on there and stuff so they can see me roast them. Because only thing I got to do is follow what Big Judah said. If they can break down Revelations 6 and 8, right there, they can break that down, they won. They're not going to win because I'm going to come over there. I'm going to be... Because, oh man, I forgot. It was a part in here. I passed it up. I wanted to read it for you guys. So we got the first one. because he says these words are going to be like fire to these people. And I was like, wow, these words are like fire. All right, let me get this other one that the Spirit led me to. Okay, it's this one. Knock it off, puppy, you see there? No. She want to be on YouTube too. Okay, so this is Amos 5:7. Amos 5 and 7. Seek him that maketh the 7 stars and Orion. These people have never crossed past the Orion belt. Never. They've never been to the moon. That's a bunch of crap. And turneth the shadow of death into the morning. Morning means sad, crying, weeping. That's what the meaning morning. And maketh the day dark with night. And calleth the waters of the sea. And poureth them out upon the face of the earth. Catch the hijack. Now look what they put in this book. It says, and poureth them out upon the face of the earth. The Bow, man. What the heck is his name? What? Boy, this place is gonna catch. These people are gonna catch literally catch on fire. Whoever put this in this book, our book, that's gonna be a sad day, because they're telling people that are not awake or that have no sense, they're in the church or whatever's wrong with them. This book here is telling, this Bible, our book is telling them the Most High God name is Baal. Wow. Now let's go to that. And that's in Hosea. Okay. You can read it on your own. But what does Hosea say? And on the top of the book, you probably can't see, it's the fall of Christianity. I just wrote it on the top of there. It says, the fall of Christianity, which is this. This is going to be their fall of Church of Christ, Baptist Church, Pentecostal, Holy Ghost Church, and it's whatever. Okay, they got all kind of names. Church on every corner. Okay, so this is what Hosea says about what we just read. And it shall be that day, saith, look, believe it or not, this one time I didn't mark it out. Does say it, they put their name in there. These are demonic people. They put his name there. That day, the Lord, that thou shalt not call me Ishi, and shall call me no more Baal, which Baal is Lord. See how they playing that word magic? So let's read it over again. See how they're going to try to trick you up any way they can. And it shall be that day, saith the what? See how they do that word magic? Almost made it kind of rhyme or rhythm kind of flow. That's error. That's their study of the doctrine of demons. This has nothing to do with the Most High God of Israel, our Bible, our book. It's nothing to do with that. So they already done put the name there, and then they're going to turn around in the next sentence and say, thou shalt not call me Ish, Lord, which is the same thing, and shall call me no more Baal. For I will take away the name of Balaam out of her mouth, and they shall no more be remembered by their name. Wow. All praise to the Most High. And in that day, I will make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field and the fowls of heaven and the creepy things of the ground. And I will break the bow of the sword and the battle out of the earth, and will make them lie down safely. And I gotta look up a word before you have the meaning. Thee unto forever. I think it's just joining. I didn't want to go that far, but that's where we're at. I really believe that's where we're at in prophecy. Big Judah's already is they're all we're all are opening up these seals by doing this. All right, I'm gonna get one more, a short video. This is out of this because I heard someone talking about the Apocrypha, and you see, look at all this black. All of these are oh Lord, every single time in these books that they publish and they put out into the world, they're condemning our Father. They're putting where His name should be. They're putting Lord. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So over 20 times on this one page, they either refer to our Father, the Most High God, or to our Mother Wisdom as Lord or God. So there it is. Read them and weep, because He's going to take that away. Okay? So what did I find today on this? I don't believe it's all this, but it's something here. Let's just see what it says. I have put off the clothing of peace, and will put on me the sackcloth of my prayer. I will cry unto the everlasting in my days. I will be good cheer, O my children. Cry out to the, you see, they don't put their word in there. And to the Most High God of Israel alone, and He shall deliver you from the power and the hand of your enemies. For my hope is in the everlasting, that He will save you. That's faith. Oh man, we hope. If we get left behind, it's all right. But still, we hoping and praying. But that's our faith. And it says, like as now the neighbors of Sion have seen your captivity. So everybody saw it now. Ain't nobody gonna step in the last day and lie, say they didn't see us in captivity and all of this hate for us. No one's gonna be able to say it. I'm gonna skip down because I can. Wait, yeah, because look, I said I was gonna skip down and look. Look at all of these references to their God. In Hebrew, spelled backward, is dog. So let's take those out real quick. It just makes it easier for me. You can study and do what you want on your own. It's just that I don't want to be in too much error. When that time comes when we're on our knees praying our heart out, we don't want to put in any wrong words or anything. We're going to try to go by the book. So, my children suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High God of Israel, for thy enemy hath persecuted thee. But shortly thou shalt see his destruction. Huh. See how proud? They ain't going to give up being proud now. And shall tread upon his neck. Right? Skip down because it's already highlighted. It says, miserable are the cities which thy children served, which we're still serving. Miserable is she that receiveth thy sons. They put them kids in the CPS and they beat them and kill them. For she rejoices in thy ruin and glad of thy fall. They still rejoice in seeing us down. That's what this is telling you. They rejoiced when we fell, right? So she shall be grieved for her own destruction. Oh, you see, that's what's happening slowly now. Now they're grieving. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude. Are these people not partying still and having a good time on our expense? For her pride, we know there's some proud. Well, I'm proud to be an American, so at least I know I'm free. Okay, pride. Shall be turned into mourning. See, that's gonna make us happy. The whole vibration is about to change, bro. When they started freaking, when they start going crazy, that's when we start rejoicing. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting. The Most High gonna burn this woman with fire. For everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. O Jerusalem, look about thee forward toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High God. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sendest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the great Father. Now that's what's about to happen. Okay, I'm telling you into the future. Okay, the vibration is going to be so high when we see these people fall. It's going to be great rejoicing. Oh, wow. You know it is. It already tells you when these people are taken out of power, the birds and all the world is going to rejoice. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. When shall the righteous man stand? Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness. Therefore, the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with great terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond what they look for. That could mean chariots. It could mean a lot of things. You know, they're about to see the Most High in Yahushai. This year, I was working on my book, doing some drawing, and watching the pyramids. But when I was growing up in New York, I used to see these old buildings like this and wondered about how these towers and steeples were made, because it was such fine masonry. I've always been interested in masonry. So now I know that this copper is sort of like a solar panel and went straight down into the ground, almost probably where water was, and then it could pump water out. And do you remember back in the old days where those elevators were copper, those big giant copper doors and all that copper and all that stuff? This was like static electricity and power was coming through all of these things. I don't know how I can imagine building stuff like this, but this is part of my book that I was writing about Ratland, and then the destruction of Tartaria. Because the world wars, World War I, World War II, was the destruction of Tartarian buildings, architecture, and bells. Bells were very important for vibration and healing. Just like these, I found these at Goodwill for $1 or whatever. So bells are also used for high vibration healing. Okay, so a lot of times I'm speaking through this particular tuning fork. This stuff would just be laying in the bin in the Goodwill, and nobody wanted it. Don't know who threw it away, where it come from, but I use it now as far as my meditation and stuff like that. And we have our gavels ready. We're the judges, bro, and we're gonna judge them guilty and sentence them to death. That's the sentence, is death. And there's your holy Bible. Their sentence is death. I'm sorry. So it is what it is. I mean, if it was me personally, I think I would have given their money back. I would have done right by these people after all this time. But we see that they're not, and that they'd rather be destroyed. So we just gave them, that's it for them, okay? So we're going to be moving on. Hopefully, a peaceful transfer of power. It's gonna have to be a peaceful transfer of power because the Most High is probably gonna really pull his wrath out on these people really bad soon. It's just gonna get worse and worse because a plane just crashed into somebody's house, and then people will say, "Oh well, there's some innocent people." No, there might have been something going on ancestrally. There might have been something else about that house, those people. Then they're not. First, they said the people wasn't home. Then they said that they didn't know the people that were in the house when they were home. Whoever they were meant for destruction. And the flames look like it was just going to be an unquenchable fire. This is going to be an unquenchable fire. So, all praise to the Most High. I hope everybody had a safe, happy Passover. You know, mine was uneventful. You know, it was really nice. I'm just hanging in there. I'm doing the best I can to cleave. I'm doing everything I can. Everything I can. Oh, all praise to the Most High. Okay. Thank you for all the people that's just trying. I'm not able to read well or speak well. So all praise to the Most High. Give me a thumbs up, please.